the Madison Square Garden Lowdown for MSG Varsity, the Knicks, the Rangers, right here at WHITradio.org.
All right, it's Sam the Man here with the Muhammad the Machine,
Yo.
back for more brackets, NBA, maybe some hockey, maybe some baseball. We'll see if we have time for it. But right now, the main concern is on the brackets because we have decided on a bet. Whoever bracket does not score the most points, we're doing it. These games are worth 1, these games are worth 2, these games are worth 3, these games are worth 4, these games are worth 5, and this game is worth 6. Whoever bracket scores the least amount of points has to wear a pink dress for the entire day. On whatever day it ends. I
hope pink looks good on you, Sam.
I think it'll be on a Wednesday so that we can get it on the radio show, them in a pink dress. But
and wait, as of right now, Sam is leading by 1 point.
By 1 point.
42 points. I have 41
42 to
points.
41.
But I decided to be, a good friend, so I'm letting him take the lead right now.
Oh.
Just hope we should let him.
Thank you, Muhammad. By the way,
problem,
thank you.
Out of our friendship. Oh,
All right.
Wait, something we have to point out really quick. Mr. Myers, you think you have the best show on WHCRadio.org.
And it's not true.
I'm letting you know right
true.
now. Don't worry, you're in the top 10. You have the 6th best show here
because
we are so good that we take 1 through 5 for
They're
ourselves.
occupied by our muscles. Talk to
These babies take 1 through 5.
When you can flex like us, you could speak about your radio show.
The radio
Since you
show's
can't.
about to break. What is this? 300
can't.
people here, 1,200 there. What do we have
It's
here?
like, yeah.
Huge.
Exactly. So, Mr. Myers,
You're done, Mr. Myers.
You're done.
You're done.
you're done. You don't have the top spot. We do. And Myers Mayhem, I mean, it has to rhyme. I mean, come on now.
Come on, Mr. Myers.
All right, so Florida Gulf Coast University. Talk to me about them.
I think they have a lot of potential. I actually think they might be able to beat Florida. I'm being so honest right now.
You think that they can beat Florida?
Because you have to look at them. I was watching the game against Georgetown, and they really stepped up a lot right before the game started.
I mean, what about you? What about them says to you that they can beat Florida?
The swagger they have now.
The swagger they have.
I'm not even joking. The trash talk and the way they back up their trash talk, the way they actually play the game. They have a really strong offense. They have a great defense. I don't see them getting into the Final Four, but if they can back up their trash talk, play like they played against Georgetown, I personally believe they can beat
You're saying
Florida.
that their passion is something that'll take them.
Yes.
Florida's just a better team to me. I mean,
obviously yes, but like when you look at the seeding, yeah, but then look.
Well, I'm not looking at seeding. I'm looking at just how good of a team Florida is.
Yeah, but then you look at Florida Gulf Coast, and these guys are they're all young. They're all no names. They're trying to make names for themselves, and they're doing a really good job.
Well, everybody in the bracket is young. Everybody in the bracket is young.
All right, no, I see. All right. But these guys are trying to make names for themselves.
Good try, though. Good try with
names for themselves.
The young
They're trying to make names for themselves.
They're
the way they were trash talking was just hilarious because I forget the name of their star player, Sherwood something. The one with the long hair.
Trash talking does work.
No, but the way he did it was completely different. Like he had to take 2 free throws. He'd take 1 free throw, and after it went in, he trash talked the people that were right there on the team.
But see, trash talking does work. But the thing that I don't like about trash talking is that when you trash talk and it doesn't go your way,
you mean you pump up the other team? Or
you don't pump up the other team. You look like a fool and you start blaming people because you don't want to seem like an idiot. You don't want to seem like an idiot on the course for talking so much smack and then not living up to it. And once you start blaming other people, the team falls apart, and that's what they have going for them right now.
So far,
and if Florida starts off hot, they're gonna win.
You can't really guarantee that, though.
Yeah, because if they start off hot, the Florida Gulf Coast is gonna start blaming other members of their team. And
that won't happen. They're way too close for that to happen.
No, you can't be trash talking and way too close. I mean,
they don't trash talk each other. They do it
Yeah.
as a team.
Yeah, but
they're
if
not
you
gonna
trash
blame
talk,
each other.
if you trash talk somebody else, you don't want to look like an idiot.
Obviously, if they, I get what you're saying. Like if they don't back up what they're saying,
Yeah.
they're trash talk. Yeah, but so far they were able to back it all up against Georgetown. Look, Georgetown right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's against Georgetown. That's against San Diego State. They're playing Florida. Florida's going to start off hot. And when Florida starts off hot, they're going to beat Florida Gulf Coast because they're going to go
No
yippity-yappity.
guarantees. We'll see what happens after the game. But even if they do lose, I'm still surprised they were able to beat Georgetown. They were able to go pretty far right now.
Even if they still do lose, they will get a lot of recruiting from this, and they will be a team to watch in coming years. Another shocker, Gonzaga out. Who called that? I didn't call it on my bracket,
Yeah, me
but
either.
I called it like out loud to the public. I just Gonzaga had a weak schedule, and it was something that you could have predicted. Yeah.
I have nothing to say about that. That's just.
But now, in the Sweet 16, there's not one, but 2 seeds, 13 or higher, playing in the Sweet 16 for the first time, I think, ever. And that's pretty impressive, and it shows you what kind of a crazy year this has been going on. Miami's still going to take it all? And you don't think so. Why?
Who?
Miami.
Oh, no.
Why not?
Because I just don't think they have it within themselves. Maybe. I really doubt they'll get into the Final Four. But you have to look at other teams, too. Like, Kansas is just amazing. They're going to end up taking all of it, I'm telling you. When you have a big man, people compared their big man. I don't even know what his name is. But they started comparing him to Durant already, the way he can shoot the ball. He's a big man that plays like a guard. He has the speed, quickness. He even has the handles.
How'd that work out for Gonzaga?
But Kansas has members of the team.
You don't want to talk about that. How'd that work out for Gonzaga? He's the best team in the NCAA. Oh, they're going to win it all. How'd that work out? What happened to him?
Sam, you know
Second
what,
round?
You know what you just did? You
Third
broke your
round they were
record.
out.
You broke your record for how fast you're driving me crazy. We've only been on the show for a few minutes.
Oh, my gosh. But, all right, let's switch it over to the NBA. I've been having a discussion with people, and they seem to think that the East is a more difficult conference than the West. And my only question is, how could they be more difficult if a team under 500 is in the playoffs?
You don't just necessarily have to look at the record
No,
to see that a team is
you
good.
have to.
No, you don't.
Well, the toughness of a team is determined by how many wins they have, and if
the
you don't
the Spurs had the most wins in the NBA last season.
they're a tough team.
Tough team.
They're a tough team.
This season, I'm not sure about them too much.
I would ask the 53 the teams they beat, and ask them if they're a tough team, and I'm sure they'll be like, yes, they're a tough team. Winning is what determines a tough team, and when you win a lot, you're a tough team to beat. And when you have losers in your playoffs, you're not a tough conference.
Oh my God. All right. You're talking about the West right now. This is why so many teams right now are positive. They had really good stretches in the beginning of the season, and they completely fell apart recently. All right, like Golden State, they were hot in the beginning, they fell apart. Now they're getting back up again. The Lakers, I don't even know what's going on with the Lakers right now.
They're in the playoffs. They're above 500.
I know, but
they're half a
atrocious
game behind.
Throughout the entire.
They're half a game behind
the entire
Boston.
season.
They're only a half a game behind Boston.
Different conferences.
And I'm just saying.
Mavs actually might end up getting to the 8th seed if the Lakers lose a few more games. The Mavs aren't too far behind.
The Jazz are closer though. So.
I don't see the Jazz coming back.
Why not?
Because they completely fell apart. Their team isn't. I'm surprised though. Their coach was able to, with all their talent and everything, they have the big men.
How about Denver?
Oh, I love the Nuggets.
I mean, that's a good story, right? I mean,
yeah.
Denver, how many wins were in their win
15.
streak? Nobody wanted to talk about them. ESPN was just all about the Heat. And, I mean, Denver does come from a tougher
conference.
Yeah.
And their division is pretty tough, too. But personally, right now, I think Denver has the potential to make it into the Western Conference Finals.
Into the finals?
Yeah, Western Conference Finals. I think they can put up a good game against, I'm predicting OKC to go up against them. Maybe if things play their way, I personally think that, because Westbrook always tends to shoot more during it, like in the playoffs. I think that if that happens, if things go their way, that Denver might be able to make it to the finals.
Is Rondo going to be healthy for the playoffs?
No. But they said he was supposed to be gone until next February, but they're saying
Next February?
Yeah, it was a really bad tear. But then they looked over it and they said that he actually might be back by August to play.
By August?
That's not too bad.
But the season,
he'll be back. He's gonna be back by.
So he'll back by the next season. Mm-hmm. Okay, you could have just said that because there's no games in August.
But he can make it in
for
preseason. It's all right. It's better me saying August than February.
There's no games in August.
Okay, carry on.
Just say,
no.
All you have to say is by the start of next season.
No,
I noticed something interesting.
What?
The two teams with long win streaks both are both in conferences where there are 3 under 500 teams. Coincidence?
What are the two teams you're talking about?
That went on it. The Heat and Denver.
Wait, what? What was the question?
Well, I'm asking if you think it's a coincidence that both the teams that went on a winning streak, and Miami is still currently on a winning streak, if it's a coincidence that both of their divisions have 3 teams under 500, and if that plays into anything that
it plays a part, yes, because
how big of a part?
A pretty big part.
Do you think that part of the reason the other teams are below 500 is because of the people on the streaks, or do you think
yes,
you think that the streak is? What I'm asking you is that do you think the streak comes from the division?
Some of it, yes.
Or does the division come from the streak? I'm asking which one comes from which.
Both. You're right. You're right with both. Because I'm gonna tell you why though. When bless you. The Heat have a horrible division. Come on, you have the Charlotte Bobcats. You have the Magic. Really, the Magic. They're all in Miami's conference, and you verse the division teams 4 times. So that's 8 games.
You can't verse.
You play them 8 times. Oh my God, Sam. And yeah, that's. You said 3 teams are under 500. Who's the 3rd team that's with them? I think the Wizards.
Orlando.
The Wizards.
Oh, Wizards. Yes.
Oh, all right. That's.
Wizards or
12
Orlando.
games right there. 12. Come on, I'm not even gonna. It's 12 easy wins for the Miami Heat.
Wait, they play each team in the conference 12 games?
No, they play each team in their division 4 times each.
4 times each.
So that's already 12 easy wins for them. Same thing with Denver. They have
Utah, Portland, and Minnesota. You weren't gonna get that right.
I know. I knew Portland, but Portland, come on, they have a decent season. They'll slowly start to build up from it, but Portland, that's another bad team. You said the Timberwolves are okay, but not enough to compete with Denver, and that's another reason they probably had the winning streak too. Maybe they didn't play them as much, but for Miami,
It seems to me as if the toughest conference is either the Southwest or
you mean toughest division?
Toughest division.
I'd say Pacific.
What?
Pacific.
Atlantic or Southwest?
Atlantic. That's Knicks, Nets, Celtics, Philly, and Toronto. Why do you think that's the toughest one?
Well,
there is rivalry there, if that's what you mean.
No. Toughest is in. I just explained the meaning of tough. Did you already forget?
Oh my God.
Toughness means wins. I'm obviously talking about that they have teams that win in Boston, Brooklyn, and New York.
Okay. And what other team? You said Southwest?
Southwest.
That's with the Spurs and with the OKC.
Spurs, Grizzlies, Houston. OKC's not in there. OKC's in the Northwest.
Yeah.
This is with the Spurs, the Grizzlies, Houston, Dallas, and New Orleans.
New Orleans does not qualify.
I know, they're not a tough team. But you know what? If you want to talk about teams that don't qualify, if you don't want that team to qualify, then Philadelphia and Toronto both don't qualify.
Philadelphia, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No.
This is just a horrible season because of what they did concerning their trades. You gave up Louis Williams.
No. What I'm saying is, if by the toughness, my definition, which I explained to you and had to re-explain.
If you go back to just last season, they were one of the top teams in the NBA. It's just this season, Bynum's letting them down right now. He's not playing. He has had more hairstyles actually than games played. People on ESPN they've been making fun of him for that for so long.
If you go back to last season, Chicago was the number 1 seed. What's your point?
They had Derrick Rose, exactly. They lost their star.
But what's your point? You're going back to last season.
Because they had
this
players.
Season, it's not last season.
They gave up Andre Iguodala, which is, in my opinion, part of the reason why Denver had that 15-winning streak. They gave him up to the Nuggets. They gave up Louis Williams. I don't know where he is now, and they gave up, I think, Nicholas Young. They gave up 3 of their pretty good players just to get Bynum, who many people say is the second best center in the NBA, but
yeah,
he didn't do much. He didn't do anything actually, but get injured. He won't be back until they actually said he might miss some of next season. So
who's the best center?
People say Dwight Howard, but I don't think so.
Then who's your best?
Andrew Bynum.
Really?
Do you want me to explain why right now?
Yes.
Okay, my definition of the best center, you have to have post moves. Dwight Howard has no post moves at all. Bynum actually has post moves. He's trained with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the best centers who's ever played the game.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, the best is what you meant
the
to
best.
say.
Stop. We're talking
Who
Bill Russell. Bill Russell.
Ooh.
I even go
another mistake.
Hakeem is better than
Wilt Chamberlain.
I don't consider Wilt Chamberlain all that.
Of course, the best. Shaquille O'Neal.
I love Shaq. Oh, but yeah. Another thing is because his free throw percentage, you're supposed to be improving every season.
Yeah.
His free throw percentage is getting worse as the seasons go on. It's getting way worse. Come on, what does he have right now? 47%. Honestly, high schoolers have a higher free throw percentage than that.
Yeah, but he's leading the league in rebounds, and that's the center's job.
You're 7 feet tall. You're athletic. Come on. You're supposed to be leading the league in rebounds, if anything.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of 7-footers in the NBA.
Yeah, but they're not as athletic as Dwight, which is why he's one of the top centers because of his
what's his
athleticism.
name? Andrew Bynum is not even on the list.
He hasn't played a single game in this season. He can't be on the list.
So how could he be better than Dwight Howard?
You saw what they did last season.
Again,
And besides, look at their stats. Look at their stats.
Season.
The stats are pretty similar from last season. And on top of that, Andrew Bynum was only 24 years old.
And Dwight Howard was how old?
28.
Exactly. He's almost at the edge of, like, going over the prime for centers.
And Andrew Bynum is still developing as a player. The only thing is, he just needs... Honestly, I'm not even kidding right now. I think he'd be able to average at least 4 blocks a game if he wanted to.
All right, that's our show. Come back next time to see Muhammad in a dress. It'll be funny.
No. Sam, you guys better get ready to see Sam dress up.
I'm Sam the Man. That's Muhammad the Machine. Remember to keep it here if you want to see us.
Yo, you are lost. Oh yeah, you alright? You look like the underwater.